This happens every year. It starts in January and lasts well into the spring. This cold numbness that seems to leave me feeling just fatigued and empty. I feel as though there's nothing really ahead of me. Nothing to feel, nothing to look forward to. I feel like the trees around me, hibernating and waiting for a greater force to wake me up from this slumber. I used to think I was the problem. My eyes were broken and I could no longer see color. Blind to the colors everyone else seemed to experience. So I hid. I hid my brokenness, I pretended to see, I did what I was supposed to, and I put on a mask. But the feelings never went away, and it took more and more energy just to keep up. I found out later it had a name. Seasonal Affective Disorder. The winter blues. It comes in the colder months and doesn't really go away until the ice thaws. Some people get it earlier in December, while others, they get depressed, well, by summer. Mine seems to arrive in early spring. And apparently, there's some things we can do for it. The doctors say, get sunlight, eat right, move your body, fix your sleep, hang out with loved ones, journal, and practice gratitude. Go to therapy and maybe take this medication. If you're just cheerful and work hard enough, you'll get by until the sun returns more permanently. Try these things and I'll see you back in 3 months. There's not really any more we can do. But what happens when that's not enough? You do the things, you take the meds, you try, you really try. These things were supposed to help, but you feel nothing. And it's getting worse. That's when I gave up. I stopped fighting. And when I say that, I mean I stopped looking at myself like I was the problem. I'm not a problem to fix. I found the more I tried to fix myself, the more shame I felt, the more I gave up on myself, and the more I criticized myself for simply not being happy. A cycle that led to disappointment and self-fulfilling prophecies of collapse. So I started accepting this fate. And it turns out the more I accepted it, the more freedom I had to start living. Not living like I used to, but living for the small things. I started seeing bits of color pop up every now and then. I started being grateful. I started giving myself the grace I desperately needed. And I found I started living for the small moments. The happiness of other people's joy. The pride of accomplishing small tasks. The good conversations. The fact that I saw another sunrise, another sunset, another starry night. The recognition that I am loved and cared for. The small moments, they piled up, and I learned that happiness is not a state, but a fleeting emotion that comes and goes. It feels good to have, but it doesn't have to be replaced with sadness in its absence. I can choose to appreciate and acknowledge the small beauties. Now, for those of you feeling these winter blues, it doesn't have to be the end. You too can notice these small moments. And once they start, believe me, it starts getting better. Learn to give yourself grace for only being able to make the bed today. Those dishes, well, they'll be there tomorrow. Learn to be grateful for that cup of coffee in the middle of the day. You didn't realize while you were making it, but you got a break in time to catch up with a friend. And yeah, you might not want to get dressed every day, but doesn't that really old sweatshirt make the day just a little bit cozier? It's the collection of these small moments that make up life. The childhood you remember, the college years you explored, the friends you made, and the hikes you should have never taken. Your first dog, your second dog, the only days they will remember. The days you worked hard to accomplish a dream, the success, the failure, the moments that went viral. And in the blink of an eye, that's your life. Snapshots of the small moments. And maybe not tomorrow, but someday you will get some relief. The sun will find a way to shine some warmth on you. Be patient. I know it's a virtue because it's really freaking hard. Not everyone has it, so be kind to yourself. It will take time, and not in the stupid way that it will take time and you'll have to wait until you get it right, but in the natural way, the moon changes. It goes through some days where it's really bright, and then it diminishes its light and energy until it takes a few days of just rest. Those rest days might be dark, but they're oh so necessary. And then you'll build your energy back up again, and you'll be full. And this might happen over and over and over again. And that's okay, because after all, it's only a season.